Oh wait, I'm next. Oh, that's easy. All right, my name is Jon Voss. I'm with Historypin, and I want to just show you, I created this blog post, which is on blog.historypin.org, so you can check it out too. But one of the things that we're working on is is cracking the problem of the round tripping of data. So with Historypin, people can put historical images, content, sounds, the like on the map. So for instance, here's bird sounds from the British Library, for instance. These are going to load really slow. So this is up on a map. You can see this in one of our projects. This is how our new project interface looks. And if you look down below, obviously people can comment on these things and they can add links. In this case, BirdWeb spoke about the specific thing. They added a link that shows up on here. So this is how you see it on the user side. And then behind the scenes, this is what we're working on with Europeana as part of EV3, Europeana version 3. You can see that we're using open annotation and JSON linked data, JSON LD, to basically encode this information that can then be called through an API, which we've just launched in beta, which we're using with Europeana. So Europeana, for instance, has created an interface so that they can put in a date and a time, a start date and an end date, in which they want to pull out any annotations that have happened. And so this is something that they built on their side using our API, and then it uses the Europeana API to transform it. So really quickly, on the left, I don't know if you can read that from here, but you can see what the output is of each of the individual annotations. So you can see the motivation is tagging, equivalent to tells you what exactly they're tagging, what their target is, tells you when it happened, gives you the ID of the annotator, for instance, so it gives a real name, it gives a type, both person, etc. And then on the right side, the transforms takes that and maps it to the Europeana data model so that's useful for them. And then finally, it gives you a response at the bottom because it's writing it to their database. In this case, Brendan, who's helped design this thing, he was showing me how it works. So it had already been written to their database, so it wasn't going to write it again, so it gave us an error. Cannot store an object that already exists. So this can be run as many times as necessary or after certain intervals, etc. So this is our first stab at breaking that round tripping of data, which a lot of people are utilizing, obviously, trying to figure out how third-party applications like Historypin can access your data, enrich it, and then feed that back into the cultural heritage collections in their databases, etc. So that's mine.
Yeah, there you go.